I have none.
Well,
Hello, everybody, and welcome to another
hello.
episode of Spooked Coast to Coast.
Hey, everybody.
Joy and Joey on the West Coast,
up?
JJ.Paranormal,
What's up? What's up?
and Jenny and Mondo from 𝗍𝗶𝗀𝗃𝗏𝗏paranormal. How's everybody doing? I hope you're enjoying your Memorial Day weekend Sunday here with us.
Yes, happy
You can
Memorial.
be doing a whole lot of other stuff right now, but you're here having fun with us, so we appreciate you.
Yes.
And Joy, tell us about our guest that we have today.
Okay, so we have Jack from That Prospector's Life. He's a paranormal investigator. Let me get my notes. Sorry. He's up in Virginia City, so he pretty much investigated, if all of it, if not most of it, if not all. Let's see what else. He's currently switching off to like doing some gold mining stuff, so I'd love to hear some more about that. But yeah, cool dude. Can't wait to have him on.
All right, let's bring on Jack.
Yeah.
Man, I didn't realize how much of a hill that was. I'm out of shape.
We got in the middle of nowhere.
That was perfect timing.
That was a little bit of a hike.
We gotta save this, Jack. Unfortunately, we're not on a door stranded on after the Titanic. We can save you, buddy.
I'm capable of saving myself, but I need to hit the gym a little bit more often. Got to the top, and I was like, I'm glad I'm not in the middle of the episode already. I need to catch my breath here for a second.
We'll edit it out.
Oh, shit. So you want to introduce or tell us a little bit about yourself?
I am Jack. I am a paranormal investigator for more or less 3 years now. I've been into it for decades, though. I was a farmer up in Mendocino for good 12 years, and I would watch Nuke's Top 5 and all these other channels like religiously because there wasn't anything to do up there once you got done watering. So yeah, I finally decided I'm gonna go do it for myself, and I went out and did it, and I've been hooked. This stuff's legit. It's good stuff.
Wow. So you would say you're an absolute believer, like you believe.
Yeah.
Yeah. We were just talking about that.
Conversation, but yes, absolutely, 100%.
Like deja vu. Huh?
Yeah. Yeah. No. Between the things that I've seen and the places that I've gone and the reactions from people that I have brought, that I know something was gonna happen, and they hadn't seen anything at all, and that was their first time, and the reactions I got from them, I'm like,
yeah,
this is legit stuff. But yeah, 100%.
Did something happen to you paranormal wise, maybe as a child that?
Hell no. Yeah, actually, kind of. Not like as a kid, but like when I was a teenager, my ex, we were chilling, laying down in her bed, and there was like a pair of boots that I thought were in like the corner, and I'm like, I nudge her, I'm like, you see that? And she turns on the light, they were gone. And then kind of like what's that? I'm not gonna remember now. There's one movie where like in the very beginning they keep turning off the light, and there's like some creature that's all like coming closer and closer. But every time you turn on the lights out. I think that's what it is.
Lights out.
That was basically happening with the boots. It wasn't getting closer, but every time that we would turn it on and off, the boots would be there, and it wouldn't be like a shadow coming down. That would be like a full shadow. It was just the boots. And since that, I was like, there's something weird that people don't really know about, and I want to find out. So that's what I went to go do.
Interesting.
Damn. It's like lights on, lights off.
Kind of, yeah. It's just without all the crazy shit that would happen after they got close.
That's crazy. How old were you?
I don't know, maybe 14, 15, something like that.
Oh, damn. And that was your first paranormal experience?
Yeah, for sure.
Damn. It's like a lot of time. It's like one of those videos you see where they see the ghosts.
Yeah,
and you turn it off. Yeah.
It was like I said, it was weird. I never had anything happen like that before, and to just it's one of those things, and that's why I like it. It's like you get to these questions as you investigate more that like things just don't make sense, and so you want to figure that out. And the more you kind of poke around and brought into stuff, you fuck around and find out eventually.
You fuck around and find out. Exactly.
What happens. You're along for the ride.
That's crazy.
But no, it's
Yeah, I
cool out
believe
here.
it was-
Virginia City, Silver Hill, Gold Hill. I forget the exact date. I want to say 1850s or 1840s. I'm not sure though. But I mean, somebody found gold down here. It blew up, and once they kind of ran out of stuff to mine, they slowed down, turned into a ghost town again. And since then, everybody claims it to be one of the most haunted areas out here.
In Virginia City, yeah.
Yeah.
So if anybody didn't know, he's in Virginia City right now.
I'm actually in Gold Hill. This is Gold Hill. That's Silver City. And then I don't know if you guys can see it, but there's two buildings right there that kind of mark the edge of where Gold Hill and Virginia City start. Okay. But it's all basically the same thing. It's so tiny out here. It's like you drive from one end to the other within 5 minutes, and you blink, you might miss it.
You're there.
It's pretty small.
Do you find it to be really haunted?
Yeah. Yes. This whole area. I mean, I guess I was already thinking of stuff to talk about today, but I'll go into that now, I guess. So the Silver Queen, when I investigated that place, the lady that was kind of giving us a small tour, she had a theory that I have not heard from anybody else, and it made the most sense out of anything that I've heard from anybody. And she said the reason that anything in this world is haunted is because a lot of times you'll have, like for instance here, where you have a gold rush or a silver rush or something, where so people will come from all over the country, all over the world. And I don't know about you, but I'm not going to sit there out the window paying attention to every little thing that goes by me as I'm traveling to this place. And a lot of people are probably joking around, eating, drinking, just not paying attention. And so when they arrive to the place, they don't know how to get back home. They're like, if you had to just send them out there and to get back to their house, wherever they came from, they're not going to know. And so a lot of people, when they die from, disease or murder or, mining accidents, which was a lot of the case out here, they don't know how to return home to their families because they're stuck in a place that they don't really understand how to move away from. And so that can happen in anywhere where if you have insane asylums where people already kind of don't have an idea of how to, manage life as it is, then you've got, places where, prisons where people are just kind of just shipped out to places. You've got, hospitals where, if it was, tuberculosis or something of that sort, I mean, they might have shipped them from somewhere to just go to, this place, try to get healed, and they end up passing away there. And so that's my theory, and that's that lady's theory, and I'm sticking with it. It makes a lot of sense, and it seems to hold true for the majority of places that I go. So
like they don't know how to cross over or whatever.
And so I think that's the case here. There was so many mining accidents, people trying to rob each other, murders. I mean, you name it. This place has it. So
wow,
that's my 2 cents on that.
I mean, it makes sense. I mean, that's a possibility. You never know.
Yeah.
I always say that I don't wish anybody would die, but like I wish if there was somebody to die, they can come back and say, hey, that, like this is how it is. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well,
like at least 2 weeks though. Be dead for like 2 weeks and then come back.
A small vacation.
It's gotta be 14 days.
A fortnight.
Yeah, no, I don't know. I mean, it makes sense to me. I haven't been able to think of anything else that, I mean, unless they just really like that area and they want to, stay in that spot, that makes sense too. But
yeah,
I mean, yeah.
I know, Honda, you were going to ask a question. Did you want to?
Yeah. So actually, it wasn't really a question. It was more like a comment. So in reference to when we were talking about, obviously you believe in the paranormal. Yeah. You had mentioned during, I was watching some of your previous investigations, and I believe it was in the 𝗵𝗂𝗀𝗀 hotel investigation where the person that was giving you the tour, you were showing her your evidence and things like that, and you kept hearing footsteps, knocking noises, metal banging noises in the, I believe it was in the basement of the hotel. And that's where you had told her you have to, I mean, I'm showing you all this evidence, proof of the paranormal. Yeah. I mean, you have to believe it, Yeah. So it was kind of like, piggybacking off of what you were saying, that was in the episode that you said it, and I was me watching it, I'm like, no, this guy, he knows his shit, obviously, because
thank you.
you know, it's dumb to not believe in it. And I believe in the paranormal and in you know, alien life. But I have to, you know, I started believing in cryptids because if I have proof of this and I have proof of this, then these other things must exist as well. It would be kind of ignorant for me to not think that they don't exist, you know?
I mean, a lot of things you can go back through history too, because I mean, you've got all these different countries that scared me. I was like, "What the hell was that?" It's the train coming by. But
he's all out there by himself.
Different countries that all believe kind of in a similar cryptid, and it's just like, bro, like, how they're not sending text messages from China to Mexico, and all of a sudden they got the same thing on both countries. Like, how do you have that? Like, there's got to be something. Yeah, I agree with you.
Yeah.
I wanted to touch one last thing on the 𝗵𝗲 hotel.
Yeah.
Actually, two. You were getting, I know you weren't getting a lot of EVPs, but you were getting a lot of interactions with your REM pod. And it seemed to either give you a response as to what you were talking about, kind of in a sense of validating what you were going through. Right. So I thought that was awesome. But another thing that you got that was amazing, if you guys haven't seen this, check it out. You were using the Spirit Talker app. And something to the reference of hide and seek with a shadow figure that had peeped around the corner, and you saw it. And then the Spirit Talker app ended up saying "see," like I saw you, dude. That was amazing. So
Spirit Talker one's the one that was from 𝗵𝗏𝗀𝗃𝗏𝗏, isn't it?
No, this is from you. This is from you like a year ago. It said that video came out. 𝗵𝗲.
You're talking about the app though, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Spirit Talker. Yeah. Sorry.
So that thing's weird, bro. Cause like you'll get stuff that correlates with what's going on, and you're like, oh, this is legit. But you got to remember, you're holding a phone that has a microphone, a camera. Amazon knows everything about you. Like, I mean, it's just.
Yeah.
Those things I'm very skeptical still on. The only one that I believe more so than anything else that's on your phone is the Necrophonic app.
Yeah.
I know the guy that made it. I've talked to him a bunch. I've quizzed him on shit and just asked questions out of nowhere to see if he still has the same answer, and he's legit. So
yeah, we had him on the show last week, actually.
Yeah, he's a cool kid.
2 weeks ago. 2 weeks ago.
2 weeks ago. 2 weeks ago.
Keith.
Yeah. No, I am. I want to say about 90% believer in that, but the other one, that one's just weird. Like I said, it correlates too much. And then if you watch, like, I don't want to throw people under the bus or anything, but if you like watch their episodes, I'm not gonna say who, but like, I mean, it'll just, I feel like it's almost scripted to a point where it's just like, how does all this stuff keep happening? How is it so on point? Like, it's too much, too soon, all at once. And
yeah, that's how I am with the 𝗷𝗶𝗏 and my spirit chat too. I'm kind of like,
no, the 𝗷𝗶𝗏 is legit.
But then I'm like, but I'm like,
legit.
Yeah, you don't hook it up to the internet. Yeah, it's not like you hook it up to Wi-Fi.
No.
So how is it pulling up?
Different.
You know,
it's not the same thing.
Yeah.
Dude,
no, I've had quite a few experiences with that thing that it's just good. Like I was telling you earlier, like the one. So where is it? You got the train coming by. I don't know if you guys can see it yet. There it goes.
A train?
Oh, I see it.
Got a steam train.
Train.
Around. But basically, where that station is for the steam train, on the other side of this little hill here is the Yellow Jacket mine. And the Yellow Jacket mine had an accident way back in the day, and it was about 30-something miners that died in the accident.
Oh, wow.
Long story short, 3 brothers died, the Bickle brothers, and one of them's name was George. And so George passed away about 15, 20 feet from the portal of the mine. He was almost out, but just had inhaled too much smoke, too much gas, and passed away as he was trying to make his way out and survive. But he ended up passing away. So he came through on the Ōvulus. Like, it's right like 15 feet away from the portal, the entrance of the mine. I'm sitting there standing with the Ōvulus, and the thing goes, George. And then we all start tripping out, and we're like, oh my God, this is crazy. And so we start just kind of doing our thing, walking down the hill, and it goes, George, why leave? And so it's... Appreciate that. Thank you.
That sounded like it was dying.
It's old. That thing's 1800s.
That horn had some better days.
Yeah, it's not new by any means. But it was like, why leave? And so we kept going, and it said its name, I think, one more time that night, and we weren't talking about him or anything. It just said George right there, right where he had passed away.
Yeah.
So, I mean, too many things. Like, my ex, she was a fucking witch. She liked to talk about, like, black magic and all kinds of shit. And so she would investigate the Washu with me. And a lot of times it would say witch. And I don't know if that was them just knowing where her bloodline came from or what. But, I mean...
Crazy. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, that was nuts.
So she was like an actual witch. Like, she practiced in magic.
Yeah.
From
what I understood, yeah.
Oh, okay.
But
Joey would call me the other word.
No.
James.
What's up, James?
Jack.
I'm pretty sure, because I mean, she's even told me to do a couple things, and I've tried it, and weird shit would start happening as soon as I would try it, and it was just like, okay,
was she into like black magic, or was she into like white magic?
I don't know. Stuff that made stuff happen without it's supposed to happen. Like, I don't know. But yeah, no,
He's like, there's a difference.
it definitely comes through with stuff. There's been a couple other times I'm trying to think of.
Yeah, that's crazy.
It's legit. Ōvulus. If anybody watching doesn't have one, go get one. It's
well, I like this. My spirit chat, I feel like, is better than my Ōvulus, and that shit is like a fraction of the cost. We had shit come through like crazy on that fucking thing. Like, we went to this haunted trail, and a little girl, like 40 years ago, a little girl was kidnapped and murdered, and it was like she was telling us her story on that fucking device. It was crazy.
That's cool.
It's crazy. Yeah, and then we did the Kellogg house, this Victorian house. There's a psychic lady that comes in, and she says there's a little boy named Nicholas. Nicholas came through that shit. And that was the video where I had the stick figure waving to our son.
And you're somehow still a skeptic?
I am, dude. I know.
What's going on here? How many more things do you need to happen before you join Team Believers? Jeez.
Right? I have all this fucking equipment, and I'm like, I know. I'm telling you, I'm waiting for that shadow figure to be like, hey,
come to the Washu. You will see him. I promise you. There's been a couple times that we've seen it, and it's just like, it blows your fucking mind. You're just like, it does not compute.
I want to see it. Yeah, I gotta see it.
What is going on here? Like, this doesn't make sense. Like, it's crazy. It's nuts.
The chief in the Washu Club, the first time that I saw it, I was like, what?
The Washu Club, dude.
I thought that was a shadow figure. Oh my God.
Yeah. What is his Geronimo, they call him. The little dummy that they got going on, the mannequin. They got a couple in there. They got Willie Nelson, Geronimo, and there's a third one. I forget his name. I don't know.
Gosh.
But
talking about your experiences with the Ōvulus, there was one episode that the thumbnail just caught my attention, just because of the colors and whatnot. Well, it was kind of like an episode where it almost looked like you were urban exploring, and then you started investigating the Byron Hotel, and that's when you got right on top of the pentagram.
Yeah,
that's when your Ōvulus started like ripping.
Yeah, I mean,
that was cool too.
That's what I'm saying. Like, weird stuff will happen like that, where you start thinking about all the things that do happen, like I am right now, and it's like, there's no way that is.
Yeah.
Unless every single device that every paranormal investigator has some kind of secret hidden microphone listening to everything that's going on, there's no way. Like
I think there's a sensor in there. You know what I mean? Like, maybe there's a sense.
Something.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't get it.
I don't know.
It doesn't make any sense.
I know.
But yeah.
Like, I believe, like, most, like 80% of me is a believer, but then that 20%, I'm like, I know. The worst one to go with. Because I'm trying to debunk everything.
You got to spend like a weekend out here, and by the time you go back home, you're gonna be like, I don't know what the hell I was thinking this could be a possibility. Nah, this is for sure real shit. Like,
so what's your favorite location out there?
I like the 𝗚𝘂𝗃 just because that was like the first one I kind of like figured out where to go and talk to the people, and they're super cool over there. The owner, Scott, I've donated a bunch of material to him. I'm going to be helping him fix the back stairs that everybody that goes there is like, I'm going to die walking up those things, but somehow they make it.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
So we're going to fix those. But he's cool. I'm going to be doing another investigation here coming up shortly. The other night I did one by myself, and I mean, it's 90% you're gonna get something that goes on there, and then that one night, 2 nights that I think I've gone now that it's been quiet, it's just you get some stuff, but you don't get as much as you hope for. And that's kind of like how all paranormal investigating is. Like, you go to some places and it's just like, man, I just wasted my time. Like, nothing happened, you know. And then other times
you pay the money, you're like pissed. Yep.
You wish you had more cameras to try to cover every angle. It's like, did you see that? Oh my god! Like,
that
place is super cool though. I love it. It's just
definitely
there's something to it that it calls you. Like, there'll be times where like I'll be out doing my mining stuff, focusing on that channel, and all of a sudden it'll be like, yeah, I need to go to the 𝗚𝘂𝗃. Like, you're just like, where did that come from?
It's like, baby, come back.
They're calling me, man. They want me back over there.
The Rick James.
It's cool.
Yeah.
Steve in the chat, I think it's Steve, mentioned that when your friend started crying at the _Club, it was crazy how he became like overwhelmed with emotions. I know that's happened to me once, and that had never happened to me before, and it's kind of like a weird ass.
Was he an empath or?
He's never done it before, and so that's what I like doing. Is I like bringing some of my friends that they like it and they're into it, but they've never done it, and I'll throw them in some fucking hellfire situations that way to see what happens. Am I a bad person? I don't know. I just like to figure out what's going on here. So
I'm still trying to figure it out.
But that was nuts. That entire night, it was like off the wall. Like, I think I still have some footage on my computer that I could make a part 2 of, but I don't know. It was a lot that night. But that particular room, the red room, is where they say some entity resides up there. I think it's just a pissed off cowboy or miner. I mean, if you've got people going on tours every single day, bugging you, I mean, imagine having your doorbell ring fucking 20 times a day. Like, you come out with a shotgun too. Like, fuck off. Like, you don't want to be here. Like, but that room was nuts. They say that something crawls around the walls and on the ceiling, and Wilson, the guy that started crying, he's sitting there, and all of a sudden he says he can hear it like moving on the wall. And the same time that he's saying this, our SLS camera is picking up something going down the wall. Like, it's a creepy place, man.
Every time we talk about something crawling, I think of Joey's story. And then
heard it.
Jen, he was like, you didn't hear the story? Oh man, you got to.
I woke up out of bed, like saying, "Holy shit!" because I saw something like
crawling
on the wall out the.
At your house?
Yeah,
in my room.
You have fun with that,
brother. I was sleeping, and then I woke up, and I jumped out of the bed saying, "Holy shit!"
I'm like, "What the fuck is wrong with you?" Like I'm freaking out. Like.
Yeah,
I don't know what the hell's going on.
Out.
Yeah. It was the doll, probably fucking running around like little Chuckies.
Jack's like, yo, I'm never going to their crib.
It just fucks with you. It's just like, what was that?
Well, then there was one time we were doing a live. Was it on the show, Jen, where we were doing my dolls or something? And you fucking seen something?
Oh, behind me?
Yeah, like on the mirror.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, on that hallway going to that room where
I
was like,
anytime
it just don't make sense.
Yeah, so anytime I hear something crawling, that's what it brings me back to. Automatically, I'm like, damn.
Yeah.
Crazy. So have you been? Okay, so if you had to pick the Washoe Club or the prison, which one would you pick?
Why are you gonna put me in that position?
Okay, how about the Washoe or the Birdcage?
Oh yeah.
Or that
Birdcage,
position. They're special. So like the Birdcage was the first place I've ever seen an inanimate object move on its own. And everybody there that was with me, they all saw the same thing too. So that experience was cool. Just being down there in Tombstone by itself was cool. So it's like each one kind of has its own special perks that you got going on. The Washoe Club, I'm right next to basically, so I love that place. But the prison's just many. Like, it's crazy. It's just like the entire time you're in there, you feel like that feeling you get like when you know something's just off. Like, you don't, like, your fight or flight's already working. Like, it's just kind of you're just off tilt. Like, it's a weird feeling.
It's up at
and then the things that have happened there, that place is fucking nuts. Like, it's just like we're all laying down separately in cells and we're just going quiet so that way we can see if we hear anything. And you totally hear like from down the hall, like cell block, and it's not any of the people that are like giving you the tour. It's we all swore up and down that it was not any of us, and it's just like a different tone too. Like, you could just tell they're just fucking with you.
Wow.
Like, it's weird. There was some giant shadow that was apparently following me as I was going down one of the rows, and everybody else but me kept seeing it. Like, every time I would turn, it would turn. Every time I would turn, it would turn. It was just like
that was Big Bubba.
Yeah, he was coming for me. I wasn't finna have none.
Like, new me.
He said Big Bubba.
Nah, they said that they've seen aliens there. The first black orb that I've ever seen, I've seen there.
Oh wow.
Yeah, no, it's interesting. Plus, just being in a prison without actually having to go to prison for doing something illegal was kind of cool. So, that
prison you're only cool for 6 hours.
It's like, okay, I've had enough. Please let me back out. Like,
where's the prison exactly?
Carson City. So it's about 30 minutes from where I'm at right now.
That's where I want to go. That's why I was telling you.
In California?
Yeah.
No, Nevada.
Where the Washoe Club and stuff, all the places I want to go. It's up there.
All the places you want to go are within like 45 minutes of here.
That's why I told you I want to
go. You gotta go there.
Yeah, you should.
Yeah, I definitely want to go up there. So have you done? Oh, sorry. Go ahead, Armando.
Steve asked, Washoe or Goldfield?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Okay.
Still Washoe. I mean, the Goldfield's cool, but like I got some good experiences there. The coolest one is we're all downstairs. Heather's down there, so we're all accounted for, and you can hear some spirit or somebody pacing back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. Like, that was cool.
The only thing we got was just that REM pod going off towards like the end, right?
But we could never.
Oh, and then I caught that disembodied voice. He had asked something, and it was like, I hear sure. But that was like it. I was like, dude, that was
at the Goldfield, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. It was really fun.
I'm gonna rewatch my footage. Maybe I missed something. I don't know, but I'm gonna rewatch it. But it's cool. It's a big ass cool building. So if anybody wants to go, definitely check it out.
Yeah,
for sure.
Whole area for sure is cool.
Yeah, for sure. It's creepy as fuck though, because it's dark and the
there's no town.
I was just waiting for me to turn into a room and see somebody just fucking sitting there. You know what I mean?
Yep,
that's the feeling they gave me. Yeah, it's fucking creepy.
When you're out there in the middle of nowhere investigating places, you've got that added aspect of like the fucking hills have eyes kind of deal going on. So you're just like, what is this? I don't know if I want to be here. Okay, let's go ahead and do this. And then the whole time you're just like,
and there's only one cop in the whole fucking town.
Yeah, no. I mean, yeah. Next time I go there, I'm bringing my pistol for sure. I don't want to get caught off guard like that.
I mean, I know Black Smoke. I know they've been saying they want to go there, but you guys should definitely check it out if you guys can go.
Oh yeah,
I want to go
eventually one day.
We gotta make a trip to the West Coast.
We just gotta go to the West Coast.
You guys definitely.
I mean, It's 50-50 though, because I mean, all on the West Coast, you've got stuff. On the East Coast, you've got all the original like towns and cities when they first started founding things. Like, I mean, you've got a lot of history out that way too. So it's you guys got Penhurst and stuff over there. I'm jealous, so don't feel too bad. Like.
We're actually going for the first time ever up that way in
Tennessee, right?
In 2 months, actually. In 2 months.
There you
go. Pennsylvania for the Gettysburg Bash.
Gettysburg, yeah.
Yep. Yeah, they've got Gettysburg up there, Penhurst. You've got what else?
So much over there.
Yeah.
You go to Hershey Park. Go to Hershey Park.
So where?
Hershey Park.
Where's that?
Hershey Park.
What is it?
It's a theme park.
It's where they make Hershey.
Okay.
The Hershey.
Is it
They have chocolate.
No, but it's a theme park also. The whole town has like Hershey Kisses.
Of
chocolate. Paranormal place I've never heard of.
They make Hershey's. So when you go in, like some of the rides have chocolate.
They do. Not the edible kind of chocolate.
No, real chocolate.
You cannot sit on real chocolate on a ride.
No, they have rides with chocolate.
A fucking humanized fucking chocolate somebody made with their fucking butthole.
Exactly, the Hershey square.
Yeah,
literally like.
Oh, really? I've never heard of it. Yeah. Damn. Have you been to outside of California besides Nevada to investigate?
Arizona for the tombstone and stuff, but not much more. No, I'm trying to think. No, that's it.
Yeah, me neither. I definitely want to make it to like East Coast.
What was it? Black Smoke. Somebody I seen that was at Yorktown the other day.
Where's Yorktown?
That place?
Pennsylvania.
Looks sick.
Oh, Pennsylvania?
Is Yorktown in Pennsylvania?
No, I think it's Texas.
That's in Texas. But they're coming out with that video, I think, soon.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I just seen a post or something about it. That place I've always wanted to go because I like the whole
Black Smoke, wasn't it?
What?
Huh?
Was it Black Smoke?
That's what I think it was. I'm not sure.
Yeah,
Who?
Black Smoke, weren't they just in Yorktown?
Oh, yeah, it was Black Smoke. That's what I said.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I want to go there too.
Yeah. You just commented Yorktown.
Oh, Yorktown Hospital. Yeah, I definitely want to go there.
In Texas.
Yeah.
Texas.
What?
Big state of Texas.
Have you seen any? Since we talked about dabbed on aliens a little bit, have you ever seen any like UFO activity or stuff like that?
Yes.
Are you a believer?
Yeah, I mean, dude, the fucking universe is so big, dude. There's no way we're the only planet that has life forms on it. Like, there's no
I agree.
way. Like,
I agree.
The reason I kind of laugh about it is, there was one night we were up in Mendocino. We had just cropped out. We were all sitting there smoking, and we're just like looking at the stars, like, yeah, this is cool, tripping out.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden, we start seeing this little dot do this like wiggle thing. I'm trying to get it. Camera's backwards. Do this little wiggle thing, and all of a sudden it just takes off and then like reappears. Does a little wiggle thing, takes off, reappears. But you see it it's like going like light speed basically. It was like going in Falcons, like taking off and then reappearing. It was really weird. And so that, and then like I said, at the prison they have pictures of what they caught there. So I mean, I've seen those, but other than that, no, not really.
Oh, I didn't know they had that at the prison. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, well, they caught a picture where. I'm trying to remember now. It was like, those like circular things that you use, like if you go around like a blind curve, so that way you can see the car coming like on the other side. Yeah. They have those in the jail, so that way if they've got multiple prisoners or something, that way they can see what they're doing behind you, so that way they don't get rushed or any of that kind of shit going into another cell block. And so they took a picture, and in the picture you can see the little head kind of like, it looks like the alien emoji, little gray kind of triangular shaped head, like it looked
inside the jail.
In the jail, apparently, I don't know, I could be screwing it up now, but apparently it's like Native American ground that they built it on, I want to say. And so they get like just weird energies, elementals, like just things come, it's like a crossroads kind of for energies, they say. And I believe it. There's all kinds of shit that happens out there that don't make no type of sense. So yeah.
Speaking of the prison, is it still working? Like half of it?
Down the street, yeah. But the actual like place that you go to investigate, they've got the old jail, and then they've got the newer version behind it. And she, if I remember correctly, kind of does it like you gotta kind of get used to the prisoners here first before you go into there, because the next stage is like a whole step up as far as activity. And so she wants you to kind of like learn everything, learn how to like, you know, maneuver around in there, around the prisoners before you start getting into more heavy shit.
Right.
I'm gonna hike down to my car because I am absolutely dying of cottonmouth right now, but I'm gonna hike back up here in a second.
He's sick on it.
I didn't think about that. I should have brought something to drink on the way up.
Oh no.
It's gonna be like Squidward on SpongeBob. It's like water.
Yeah, that's how
you know that we were talking about that on the way back from getting our girls from his mom's house. Literally like an hour ago, I was referencing that same episode. I was like, that's my favorite SpongeBob episode. He was like, Sandy, I need water.
Yeah.
Pinky's up.
Yeah. Like, water's for quitters.
I'm not thinking about it. And you're out here in the desert. You just dry up quick. You're just like, what are they doing?
It's fucking no more saliva.
Yeah.
Saliva even. Sick cottonmouth.
Yeah, because you spit air. You spit air. Like, nothing's coming out.
Shit.
Oh, no.
His lips are gonna be stuck on his teeth.
I can't believe you even mentioned that, bro. That's hilarious.
Oh, how do you can you turn the camera around?
Oh.
No.
It should. Does it
Yeah,
have like
you
a
should be able
circle?
to.
Stream this to your audience settings.
Does it have like
I don't
a
see nothing.
circle?
I was just like two giant ass lizards sitting here on the rock.
That's what I just said. Black Smoke. He said. Black Smoke said, "Gum's about to get stuck." That's exactly. Your lips gonna be all tucked in.
Like them old people not.
Yeah, people passing us right now.
You should ask them for water. No,
Hey, don't you should ask him for water.
Like Fire Marshal Bill. Like, let me tell you.
Yeah, they're out here four-wheeling it.
I almost did the impression.
Yeah. That's another thing that's cool out here. You've got all these like, people that come out here and just mob around on the hills and stuff, like with side-by-sides and shit. It's just cool out here.
Look what you started with the cottonmouth.
For
Oh shit! I'm fucking done. I'm about to cry laughing so hard. Oh man!
I want to ask you another question, but I want you to get to your car first.
No, I got enough saliva to answer questions. I'm good.
All right. When you have since you do mining and stuff you mine for gold, when you go into these caves that I've seen that you have found, have you seen noticed like any maybe like native paranormal type activity or anything like that people get out there?
Like you're saying, like, have I gone into any mines or anything like that and heard anything that was kind of spooky?
Yeah.
Yeah. So there's the Liberty mine that we went to that's in California. I found that shit by chance actually, but it was weird. It was like you're kind of just like sitting there and you would hear like residual mining sounds, like people like picking at the rock or something. But we weren't really sure about it. We were just kind of like, could be, maybe not, you know? But there's a video that I have on, I want to say my prospecting page, that I'm filming an old mine site, and I didn't hear it when I was there, but in the video you can hear it. It's like metal hitting it, something like somebody again is like mining and like doing shit. So it's weird. You do and you don't. There's been a bunch of videos that I've seen that I'm like, yeah, that's real, because I can just kind of tell, like, you know, they're not faking shit, you know.
Oh man, you guys missed it.
The
the best. Yes.
The Baja Blast one.
Yes.
The goat. That's the goat. Mountain Dew flavor. So you experienced a residual then, basically, at the mine.
Yeah,
that was cool.
I don't know.
There's a couple places that I still want to go to that I feel like are probably gonna be more aligned with that kind of stuff. It's just, I mean, like I said before, some places you go and it's hit and miss. Like you go and everybody in the world could be like, it's so haunted, you're gonna see fucking Slender Man, like blah, blah, like, and then you go and it's like bro, what? This is like some preschool shit.
Crickets.
Like, this isn't nothing. Like, what the hell's going on here? Like,
besides those 2 dudes that died in the mine that was trying to come out, I'm sure, like, I know, like, from what I heard, like, how they used to test to see if the mines were safe. They used to send people in there to see if they died.
What is that?
oh, for the gases and stuff?
For the gases. To see if the mines
that's
were safe.
where the canaries used to be used. They used to bring a bird down there, and then whenever the bird would die, that's when they're like, okay, this is bad air. We got to get out of here.
Oh, damn. So they torture the canaries?
The canaries, they sit and they chirp and chirp and chirp and chirp and sing, you know, and all of a sudden they go quiet. You're like, uh-oh, it's time to go.
But they
got little meters and stuff now that you would wear, so that way, you know, you're making.
They probably did use people when they started using birds.
Use the people the people that they didn't like.
That's fucked up.
They probably send the mockingbirds. Oh, you want to talk all this shit?
And they're just like, hey, Bobby, go in there real quick. Go check it out. Yeah, it's all good.
We gotta send Bubba.
Bubba.
That's terrible.
So next time you're at the prison, if you ever investigate the prison again, ask for Bubba.
You can do that.
He's like, no.
That place, I'm telling you, that place is crazy. Like, you can kind of joke around a little bit, and the spirits will kind of joke around back with you. But like, if you get disrespectful, like, shit starts happening. And it's like, you don't. You experience things there that are so weird that you do end up wanting to be respectful. It's just like, dude, what the hell is going on here? Like, I don't know anything about this. Like, I don't want to piss something off. Like,
that's what I'm saying.
Because there's the execution chamber. It's Carol something. I forget his name, but there was some guy that was just like, F God, like, I don't believe in this shit. Like, send me to hell, basically. And when he died, his soul is now trapped in that little 4x4 area for the rest of his eternity, whatever you want to call it.
Was it gas?
And they told us this story. And so I like sending people like either by themselves or in pairs, just that way, like, I feel like more happens when there's not a group of people. And,
yeah, me too. Sure.
So, and these guys, I don't know what it is about them. They should have been here too. They had work today, but they got this weird ability to, one person will feel something and the other person takes a picture, and somehow every fucking time they end up capturing something. And it's like they both walked into that room, and when they both looked at the execution chamber, Carol's face was like as if he was like kneeling and then looking up at them through the glass, and they both were like, what the fuck, like, tripping out. And so we bring, is it Sharon or Shannon, I forget her name, the one that does the tour guide. She comes over and she's like, what? Like, oh, we just saw some face in the fucking thing, blah, 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 going, and then they're super livid. They're just going crazy. Like, they're like, what the fuck does make no sense? Like, freaking out. And so she goes over to the other side of the execution chamber where, like, the family would view whatever was about to happen, you know? And on that wall, they have all these pictures of all the people that have been executed and for what reason. And so she goes to like the last like 12 pictures, and she starts pointing. She goes, was it this person? Was it this person? Was it this person? And when she gets to Carol, they're like, him. And I'm telling you, that place has got weird energy. So for something to be able to like, I was always kind of a believer in God. I knew there is a God. I mean, I think, you know, I don't know, but I mean, I don't really want to get into that right now, but like, I mean, that night made me think a lot more about it, because that guy was like, oh, F God, like, you're no big deal to me, like, whatever. And then to be like just subjected to this never ending depressing doom of just being in like this little box for the rest of your life, like, is pretty crazy, I think.
Yeah, it was a gas chamber there, right? That they died in, that they executed?
Gas chamber, and then they moved it eventually to lethal injection. Which that's crazy too. They still have like the little switch or knob that they would turn to start pumping in fresh air. They've got like a little hole in the wall that they would like, you know, the lines that would be used for the IV that they would give them, like, are still there, like, where they would just like, it's just creepy, man. Like, think all that shit went down right there, and you're just there, like amongst all of it. It's crazy.
Is it hard to like book? Like, do you have to book in advance, or do you think it's like it depends on the season?
I don't think we had to. I'm trying to remember. I don't think so.
Yeah. No. Probably Halloween. Now, have you been to the other places? What else have you been to in what the fuck is it called?
Virginia City.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah.
Out there nowhere.
Yeah.
I've been to the Silver Queen. That one, that one we went out there. We did that while we were moving out here, and we used that as a excuse to stay there rather than a hotel. We're like, yeah, we'll just make it work. Nothing really happened that night. It was really quiet. Like, we brought out the SLS, we brought out a bunch of stuff, and it was just kind of like, it wasn't shit. You're just kind of like, what am I doing? Like,
you're not the first person I heard say that. It's a bird's nest, Jess.
Yeah.
That what?
Can I tell you something? But don't be rude. I mean, I don't want you to think that I'm rude. It reminds me of the poop emoji.
I can't hear you. What?
Oh, it was a poop emoji.
Your hair looks like a poop emoji.
The poop emoji. I said it's a bird.
I love you. Okay, don't take it personal.
What?
I'm so sorry.
Wait, no, I was saying that.
Like, my hair looks like a poop emoji.
No, I haven't. I've heard that that people have stayed there and they haven't gotten anything.
Yeah. I mean,
they feel like they wasted the money. Here we go. Now the poop emojis are gonna.
I'm so sorry. It looks cute, though. It's not ugly. That's just what it looks good on you. Like,
that's funny. No, it's
like this fucking asshole.
I don't know. I just like going back to what we were talking about originally. I feel like it's just all hit and miss. Like, I mean, you could have nights where it's just it's all hell, and then nights where it's like, what? Are you sure this place is haunted? Like,
right?
What else is out there? There's the
two cemetery. Oh, the Donovan. I donated some redwood to them, and they let me go in there. That place was cool.
Yes, Messy Bun. Yeah, Miami Messy Bun.
The what?
Sorry, we're talking about the ponytail.
The bun.
Yeah.
Don't worry.
That place was cool.
I can't put my hair like that.
That was the first time I've ever used a pendulum, or where they like swing the little thing, whatever it is.
Right.
That was cool. I wasn't really a believer in that until that place. Like, that thing was dead still, and all of a sudden it just started swinging like crazy. And then dowsing rods, I tried there. This lady that was there, she had two brass ones that had cords kind of connected to the ends of them, and I was like, I'm gonna point these things down so that way it's got it needs legit force to be moved up, And that shit was moving. Like, that place is cool. This guy Bear that he does paranormal investigating too out here, he was there with his SLS setup, and I don't know what he had, but it was cool. It was well done.
Was it attached to? Joey asked if it was attached to anything.
The pendulum. Was it attached to something? Where you hold
another piece of quartz.
Okay.
It was like a little inch in 2 inches long by 1/2 inch wide piece of quartz.
Oh, okay.
I mean, it was
a big
heavy.
One?
It required a good amount of effort to move. So I mean, it wasn't just by chance the wind blew it or something.
And it's like one of those big ones, or
it was about this big, and then it was just on a chain.
Okay.
Then you just hold it, and the thing you ask it questions, and it'll either start moving back and forth or in circles, and it was doing weird shit.
Jed, I'm so sorry. We're deleting your guys' comment if you leave a poop emoji. Such a thing. I can't wear picture like that.
Jack, was those your first time seeing the metaphysical tools being used in the paranormal field? As far as in person, not in TV or anything.
Yeah. I mean, like I said, I wasn't really a believer in that kind of stuff. I was like, because I see again, I don't want to throw any channels or whatever under the bus or whatever, but I mean, you see some of these guys, and they're like, make it cross if you died right here, or whatever, and all of a sudden it just crosses, and you're like, oh my god, you guys, this is amazing, and it's just so animated, it's so fake, it's just it's hard to believe it, you know. And
but
so
it
I was
fucking
like, let me
sells
see them
though.
shits. Let me try it out. Like,
Yeah. But if you
yeah,
notice,
they
the
were.
motherfuckers have a shitload of fucking followers or subs because that's what they do. And I'm like,
Yeah,
Joey,
I
you
mean,
better fucking cut
again,
that.
going back to what I was saying earlier, you can't get shit to happen all the time. And so for these channels to like just crank a video out every fucking week, and it's the most haunted this week, but next week it's even more haunted, and the next week it's even more haunted. It's just like, yo, like, you guys gotta get a little bit more creative with what you're doing here. It just can't be the most haunted just because oh my god, knocks, like, it's just not.
They're probably doing something like to get those knocks or
I mean, that's what I forget his name though. I wish I could give him a shout out. What is this shit? Something. I don't remember, but he would debunk like all these different paranormal shows and all these different, you know, episodes, and he would show how a lot of them do it. Like he'll show how they edit, how they'll show an angle where there's only 2 people in frame, but somebody's behind a wall knocking, and then when they cut to another angle, now all 3 of them are in the frame. Like, there's just weird shit that you'll start picking up on, and then you start watching these shows, and you're just like, why am I wasting my time on this? Like, this is clearly fake. Like,
Who do you watch? Who do you watch on YouTube?
Me.
I do too. I watch my shit all the time. I'm like, damn, I look. Yeah.
I used to watch all of them. I used to watch 𝗿𝗏𝗃𝗏Paranormal. I used to watch, you know, Nuke's Top 5. What was it?
Like, I watch everybody in the
like
chat
that. Like, I mean, there's a bunch of those top most paranormal of the week kind of deals. I like watching those because it kind of just gives you a scatter shot of what's going on that week. What is that? Oh, what is that guy's name? See, I haven't done this stuff in a while. I'm forgetting all the stuff that I used to watch. What is it? Franco. I like him.
I like him too. Yeah,
a couple times debunked,
Franco.
but it's just that's what sucks. It's like you'll have these channels that you're like, this is legit, this is cool, and then somebody comes along and is like, this guy's full of shit. Like, this is why, and shows you, and you're just like, well, now I need to go do this myself, and that's kind of how I started. Like, you know, all this stuff seems cool, it seems legit, but until you actually go put yourself in those positions, you really cannot have a position on whether this shit is real or not.
Yeah,
like, you go out there, you experience something cool, then give your opinion. But if you're just watching videos, you're never gonna know.
Jesse, Native Pride says, I don't watch the one that the demon shows up every time. Can you see the comments?
Yeah,
I had a mother-in-law once. Oh shit!
That's great.
Yeah, the demon. I don't know. I think there's a
demon.
Like, I feel like there's an angry. Yeah, there's angry ghosts. It doesn't necessarily have to be a demon, but who the fuck am I, right? I wasn't there.
Right.
Yeah, I mean.
Yeah, well, like I was saying at the wash show, I think that's just a pissed off cowboy, and if you got people getting tours coming through every 20 minutes, you're just gonna be like, dude, I'm gonna scratch the shit out of one of you guys here in a second, like. Keep fucking with me, see what happens. Right. And they're just, this is this room, the red room, and something happens.
He's probably shooting and fucking just grazing you, and that's the scratch.
Yeah, whatever, And also too, a lot of those channels, they'll fucking fake it as like
it's a ghost bullet.
They'll scratch their neck themselves and be like, oh my god, it was, bro, you're bleeding, oh my god. Like, it's just,
Have you ever been affected? Like, have you ever got scratched or touched?
Not me personally. I mean, I've been touched. I was at the Birdcage and downstairs in the basement where the brothel is, and then there's like a whole little like storage section where they say something dark is over there. And enough had already been happening that night that I was like, I want to see what else we can get going on here. Yeah. So I'm like, guys, kick it up here. I'm going to go down there in the dark by myself and just bring a REM pod. I think I just brought a REM. I forget. But I'm sitting there cross-legged right in front of where the gate is to like go into this building or the storage room. And I'm sitting there. I'm just like asking questions. And all of a sudden I don't know. You know how sometimes like if you don't drink enough water or whatever, you get like a little muscle twitch or something sometimes?
Yeah.
Like I got that on like my ankle bone. which doesn't make any sense. There's like no muscle there to move around. So it's like, was that something touching me, or like, I don't know. And so that's happened. And then at the prison, the two guys that always something, when they go together, something always happens. He comes back into that little, there's like a little, it's a courtroom deal where like if you're getting sentenced or whatever, they would, you know, give you your sentencing there. And that's where everybody kind of keeps their food and just hangs out. Like if you have extra stuff you want to leave there, that's where you leave it. And so we all go back over there to kind of like get some food in us because we're already getting kind of hungry. And we look on his cheek, my homie Geraldo's cheek, and he's clearly got like a scratch, and it's like being raised up. Like you could totally, it's like you could feel it if you
damn.
like, yeah.
And you think and he's not the type that would do it to himself to make a video, right?
No, not at all. Like he gets drug along basically because I want them to go with me. So he's not gonna be there like
that's why he goes
hella extra shit just to like make the video more cool, you know? Like he's and I'm telling you, like, I mean, if you come out and you investigate with me, I'll bring these two guys. You're gonna be like, what the fuck? How do they capture this shit? The one
like
guy, Gerardo, he feels it. He's like, there's something in here. There's something in there. There's something like, and then Francisco, he'll take a picture in that direction of wherever he's pointing. And we've gotten like whatever is supposed to be the guy that's got claws at the WashU standing in a meter. We've gotten, I mean, all kinds of streaks of weird light, orbs. I mean, I eventually just gave him the camera. I'm like, you film.
Right, for real. You're the one capturing it all. Yeah. Tune into your little whatever.
It's cool though.
You got going on. Yeah.
They got some kind of weird little relationship together that they make it work.
How many places have you investigated with them?
Quite a bit.
And
the majority of places that I've done, they've gone to.
And it's happened every location?
Yeah.
Dang,
I don't know what it is. They capture.
They just like a ghost manic. That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
I'm trying to make sure the sun's not all crazy for the camera.
We haven't caught. I don't know. We haven't really caught. But I'm gonna be honest. I'm so bad with my footage because I use multiple cameras. I'll just skim through that shit so fast.
I think we're all guilty of that. You're like, you want to get to the good stuff. And then
I fucking probably missed it.
4 hours watching the same thing. Like,
I probably missed a couple apparitions. Don't even fucking know. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I'm sure it happens.
Yeah, I'm so bad. What kind of camera do you use when you film?
A Canon, I think it was. I ended up selling it because it was like I could use my phone and get better quality, edit it all on my phone. Like,
just faster.
I think
I got this dinosaur of a computer, so like uploading, exporting, editing, it was like this fucking Ice Age, Stone Age process that was like forever. Like I would go to work, go do everything I needed to do that day, come back, and it would be like 42%. Like,
damn.
And I'm just like, I am so close to throwing this shit as hard as I can at the floor. Like, can you just do what you're supposed to do? Like, so you do it on your phone, like CapCut. I love that. You just sit there, drag a couple things together. I mean, you got your transitions. It's got it all.
So you edit all your videos on your phone too?
Yep, for all the mining, all the paranormal that I've done recently.
Yeah, it's too small for me. I need a bigger screen. I can't.
Yeah,
maybe because I'm old and I'm like, like, what is that? Yeah, I don't know.
So focused.
I gotta find
it works good. I mean, the whole uploading and having all the SIM cards and then losing where your SIM cards go. Like I've already had that happen a couple times. And I'm just like. If I lose my phone, I'm in a world of like trouble. So I will at least have that.
Smaller videos I'll do on my phone, but it's still a pain in the ass.
Yeah, I mean,
I give you guys mad props if you guys can do that shit on your phone. That shit is fucking. It's hard for me. I'm like,
I like it. It makes things a lot easier. Like yesterday, I went to the river. We did a bunch of mining and stuff, and I got home. I was like, I'm gonna stay here for 15 minutes and edit it.
I'm made to squint. Yeah. No, Native Price says no squinting, Joy. You'll go blind. I said I'm Asian. I'm made to squint.
Like this.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. So do you have your next investigation planned or lined up? Or are you gonna wait till like it's cooler or?
I've got a couple nights that I could do at the Washu Club. I kind of want to do the Donovan again by myself. I want to do the
What's that
prison by
mill?
myself.
That mill
I mean, I've got stuff. It just all depends on like time and like, I mean, investigations, they add up. Like people don't realize that, like, you know, when they're watching your videos and stuff. I mean, the Washu's 400, the prison's 500. I think Pennhurst is like 1900. Trans-Allegheny is like
What
1500.
the fuck?
Like it. Yeah, it's expensive. It adds up.
$1,900
Or something like that. I want to say that was a couple of years ago when I first like called them and
how
like asked
long
what the
for that
price
money
was.
for 1900? How long?
Maybe 8 hours.
It's an overnight.
Oh, it's overnight?
Yeah.
It's still damn. Like
yeah.
how long do you guys spend? You two, Jen and Armando. How long do you guys spend on investigation? I'm over it in like 4 hours. I'm like, I'm ready to go.
It depends. It depends.
Yeah.
So this spot that I give all the credit in the world to 𝗍𝗂𝗪𝗃. They got us to the Hamilton jail. That's a location that Yvette and James were mentioning. But they discovered that location, and it was like, it wasn't it like $70 a head for the whole weekend?
Yeah, it was awesome.
Oh, wow.
So we investigated the whole weekend. We sure
did. That's nice. Yeah, hell yeah, I would too.
You slept there,
bro? So yeah, we sure did sleep there.
Yeah, we slept there.
So when it was, but that place was location. I give them all the props in the world for inviting us to that. So when it's like that you're paying and you get a good deal and you're the whole weekend,
that's
I'm
really
gonna do
good. Yeah.
But
as long as we can, really.
We've also been in the scenario too where it was Waverly Hills Sanitarium, and it was, how much was that? It was like over $2,000 too,
aren't they? They're like over 1,000, I think.
Waverly Hills.
Well, I cuddled with Steven and there was roaches.
Aww.
There was roaches, kind of like roaches. There sure were roaches. Michael Myers under the bed.
Yeah, no.
But yeah, Waverly Hills Sanitarium was over $2,000, and it was for 6 hours.
Yeah, it wasn't enough.
6 hours, but out of those 6 hours, 2 of them are a tour. So you pay $2,000 to investigate for 4 hours.
That's how I feel like the Goldfield is. You get like,
that's a lot of money.
Goldfield?
Yeah, I feel like the Goldfield, you get it's, for us it wasn't expensive. She goes, I don't know how she charges, but it wasn't too bad. But
how much
you get 4 I'll tell you off.
Okay.
Yeah, she told me not to say anything, so I can't say anything. Because it depends on.
Oh yeah, okay.
Yeah. So anyway, that building is so big, 4 hours is just not enough. That's why we were kind of like walking around the whole fucking time to cover every fucking floor. You know, we didn't really sit down but a few minutes, right? We were just kind of walking.
Native Pride said Waverly was free back in the day. I snuck in.
Yeah,
that's awesome.
Free is good. Free is better.
Yeah.
Free 99. That's
the best.
That's all right
the
with
best
me.
place that I've been as far as like activity for the dollars that you spend was the Dailoy. To be honest, that place was $100. And
Dailoy? Where's that at?
So if you watch the first couple of seasons of Ghost Adventures, that's where I got all my locations from when I just started. I was like,
that's the only reason I watched.
I'm gonna call these people. I'm gonna call these people, and just went down the list of episodes.
Yeah, that's why I watched most YouTube. Yep.
So it's like in the Delta in California, kind of. It's like kind of before Sacramento a little bit. It's out there in the middle of nowhere, kind of. But it used to be like an old Chinese like gambling hall and brothel. And so the building downstairs was like the gambling hall. It still has all the pieces of stuff that they would like legitimately use back in the day to like play cards, do all that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Then you go upstairs, you go straight back was the opium den, and then to the right was the little like 2-bedroom brothel thing going on. And we all went up there. We're all sitting in a circle. And it's in the video that I put out. Like, you can kind of hear like the building shaking and like something walking up the stairs, and we're all accounted for, and we're all just like, you felt that, like, what the fuck, like, that was crazy. And then I go in there just filming. It was it was with night vision, and I'm in there pitch black, and I got the REM pod sit up on the little like brothel bed thing, whatever. And I go up there. I had just gotten done talking to the lady that like was in charge of like locking up the building. She's like, yeah, I'm just seeing if you were still in here, like you still want some time. I'm like, yeah, like it's popping off in here. Like, she's like, okay, cool, I'll give you like another 2 hours for free, just call me when you're done.
Damn, hell
I'm
yeah.
like, bet. All right, say less. And I go up there, and I just, like I said, I just got done. I went downstairs, talked to her, went back upstairs, and stuff was already kind of happening before. And so just added kind of like jokingly, I'm like, you still up here? Like, in the REM pod just this starts going off, and it's just like, okay, that was cool. You got a lot of REM pod activity, a lot of music box, like that thing was cranking all night long. Every time we would point it in a different direction, it started playing.
Damn.
We had just put new batteries in it too, so I know it wasn't getting low on battery or anything like that.
Yeah.
And then I would send, like I said before, I like sending people in by themselves to see like what happens. And so one at a time, we
won't go by himself.
15 minutes going in and seeing what was going on. And the first couple of people, not really too much happened. And then we sent one guy in who was like really already scared to begin with. And this dude just freezes up. And like, if you watch the video, you're going to laugh. He literally is like, I cannot move from this spot. Nope, I'm not moving. I'm not moving. Like, I'm not going anywhere. I'm sitting right here. Nope, I'm not moving. And he literally says this for 15 minutes. I had to edit it all in so that way it was like somewhat entertaining to watch. The whole time,
that's what I'm saying. Yeah.
I'm not moving. Nope, no way, no. Like, just freaking out in there, just like.
Shit.
It was great. And then the EMF meter, like if you see it spike, and then you kind of do your little, investigating around the area to make sure there's no kind of like, whatever to make it go off, and it still is like, why did that go off? That place, that thing was doing it all over the place, and it's old as shit. There's like a couple lights to light the place up, nothing else.
Yeah.
It was like, what is going on here, man? Like, this is trippy.
Speaking of equipment, have you seen the dead bell? That shit is badass. I really like
dead bell? No.
Yeah. Get the dead bell, that little dead bell. Go get the bell. It's right there by the dolls.
Wait, you're talking about like?
Yes, the dead bell.
Oh,
yeah.
We saw it in action last night.
Bell, like a hotel.
Can you get it, please?
Get your attention bell.
Yeah, it's like a
service.
Oh, it's bad. Yeah, it's badass. It's like on Ghost Stop. I just got it not too long ago, and at first I'm like,
actually, I do want to say I've seen it, but I forget what the hell it does. I think I saw it when they were like advertising for when it was first coming out. It
this
came out like a year or two ago, didn't it?
It goes like this.
Ding, fries are done.
It's badass. It works really good.
You turn on the.
It's like a built-in. Jen's the one that told me. I'm like, I bought this shit, didn't even read it.
Yeah.
So now it's on, and then the idea is that a spirit dings it.
Yeah. It has a built-in EMF. And if it wasn't for Jen, I wouldn't even know.
Turning it on if the spirit needs to hit the top still. There's no.
Yeah, they can do both. Like it'll
do both. Yeah. Yeah. This thing has been like.
That is cool. So
really
when it goes
cool.
off, the EMF will go off too. So that way it's like kind of.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, it's really cool. That's one of my favorite.
Yeah, I don't want to say too much. I don't want anybody stealing it yet. But I've got an idea that's kind of like that, but it'll be more of like a visual thing to show that like something's touching.
Oh, that'd be cool.
Touching.
Yeah, that'd be
Stay tuned. You'll see.
Touching it at the same
Yeah, but this would be good for like the Goldfield or like some kind of hotel or maybe even a hospital.
Hey, I'm here to check in. Where the fuck you at? Hurry up and get here. Fucking
a restaurant or like some type of diner, anything like that. Yeah.
Or a diner, yeah.
Yeah, it's really cool. Yeah. Yeah, so that's my latest.
There's some diner that I do want to do out here. I forget. Twin Paranormal, they did an episode where they go out there. There's some bar out here in the middle of nowhere. and they're sitting there talking about how one of his buddies died or something, I forget, and they're like pouring a shot for the spirit, and their EMFs are going nuts, and like you could tell the guy's getting emotional about it, and it was like, oh, that spot looks good. I want to go check that out. That would be a good thing to use that up there.
Is it up there?
Yeah, it's out in the middle. I forget where the hell it is. It's here in Nevada, but it's like again, all the places out here in the middle of nowhere. So it's just another one of those spots where you're just like, why is there a town here?
Right?
Who thought it was a good idea to build here?
Well, it's like that one fucking house in the middle of the mountain that you showed me. Like, it's just, they like just stuck it there. I was like, boop, let's put a house
here. The one over here?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like a fucking.
I mean, that's how it is everywhere out here. There's just little houses, just like, what are they thinking? Like,
that's crazy.
Let me see if I can show you. Yeah, they got one little one right here, one little one out there in the middle of nowhere.
Did you guys live like that? I don't think I could live like that.
No,
I don't. Yeah,
not unless I've got like all the cool equipment to do what they're doing. They got side by sides going up. Can you see all the dust?
No. Can you? I can't see it.
There's a trail up there. They've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 side by sides running up there right now.
See, this is why I can't edit on my phone because I can't see shit. I'm like, what the fuck? Yeah. So we're coming up on an hour and 11. I guess I'm going to ask you. 1. There you go. If there's anywhere that you want to investigate in the world, where would you be? Where would you go?
You don't even need to finish that sentence. So, I mean, it's the reason I say that though is so when I was, how old was I? 13. My parents figured out that I was smoking weed and like absolutely flipped their shit. And so they sent me to Minnesota for 8 weeks for wilderness. And then from there, I went to Arizona for 8 months. And then from there, I went to New Mexico for 2 3/4 of a year. And this whole time, it was all over fucking weed, which eventually got legalized. And I got home, and I'm like, I have a fucking club card. Like, what are you fucking tripping on?
Look, Yvette's inviting you. She's going in a couple months.
To where?
Penhurst.
Ooh. I might take that up. That place is cool.
Penhurst is in. Penhurst is where? Pennsylvania?
Pennsylvania.
No. Yeah.
So
which one's in Kansas? Sorry.
What's
Trans-Allegheny, I think. Is that?
Okay.
That's I want to go there too.
Okay.
Cool. So it's the same idea as what I'm about to say. But so when I went out there, you feel this like I would call my parents and I'd be like, could you please just let me come home? Like, what the fuck is the issue? And like every time that you would try to like convince your parents to like send you home, the like staff would be like, no, you can't say that, and like click off your phone call, and like, you know, it was basically kind of like this hellish prison weird way of living. I don't know.
Yeah.
And so you get this like hopelessness that you're just like, when the fuck am I gonna go home? Like, am I going home? Am I crazy? Like, what the fuck is going on?
And it's for some people like
kind
weed.
of fucking like, you know, if you had ADHD or if you were, you know, any kind of mental anything, like, I mean, they would just send you there. I mean, if they didn't want you as a kid, they would just be like, drop them off. Like, fucking, we'll have some more later. Who cares? Like, you know, it was just weird back then. And so I can relate to that. Like, I mean, not like the forever hopelessness, but like along the same kind of lines. And so I feel like when you do investigate places, you kind of, like I was saying before, you got to kind of come in with that same kind of like attitude that other, you know, they had back in the day, or try to relate or just something. So that way you're not just a paranormal investigator. Like, hey, can you touch the REM pod? Like, you know, like that's just kind of weak. Like, I don't
like, you understand,
everybody does it, but like, you know, it's just, I feel like people need to come with like the history more. They need to know more about what's going on, so that way they can actually put themselves in the shoes of the souls that are still there.
You can connect, you can connect with whatever's there.
Just like how I did right now, I feel like if I went and just kind of walked the building alone and started talking, like you know, saying like, man, there would be days where you would see the craziest shit, like the dorm next door, like would hit somebody in the face with a rock, and like there was blood everywhere. Like it was just like you'd see wild shit. Like the fucking the one dorm, they had this guy that would cut his wrist, and he would fucking like write his name in blood all over the walls and like all this crazy shit. And it's just like, bro, I guarantee you that happened out there too. I saw that shit. You know, so it's like I want to put myself in positions where the same people would feel, or the souls, excuse me, or spirits would feel the same kind of energy or whatever that I felt. And Pennhurst, I feel, has like a lot of that. So yeah, Pennhurst is definitely where I'd like to go.
So you would do a asylum over a prison if you had to pick?
Yeah. It's like, again, it's just two different types of situations. Like the prison out there is just so wild. Like you feel that chaotic energy of like, you know, being locked up and like around all these like criminals or people that may or may not want to kill you, or like, you know, and then you got just like a more sad, depressing kind of vibe, I feel like, at those other ones. I haven't done asylums yet, so I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. We've never done an asylum. No. I want to do an asylum though, but I don't think we have them here in California, do we?
No.
No.
It's too fucking liberal in California.
Period.
Well, there is an asylum. It's just out on the street.
Yeah.
That's it. They don't have them anymore. They're like all over everywhere.
Well, and then if we do have one, they're quick to fucking tear them down to build it down.
Well, that's the other thing about California is like.
So, me too.
With any type of history is,
you know, a Starbucks is put in. You know, so it's just, I don't know, it's just
yeah, that's fucking crazy. All right, everybody, we are.
That's why the Byron was cool. The Byron, that was like one of the last couple of spots that I found in California that really wasn't like disturbed in any way.
What is it, Byron?
The Byron Hotel.
That place is
cool. I never heard of that place until
I've never heard of that either.
That place is wild though, bro. If you go out there, so what I did is I drove out there like 3 times. It's like an hour from where I was living at the time. And each time I was like, okay, the first time I'm gonna go to the farm next to it, and I'm gonna just be real polite. I'm gonna be like, hey, I'll even give you a couple $100, like, you know, whatever. You guys all, fuck you, no, get off my property, like, and I'm like, okay, see ya, no problems here, like, you know. And then the next day, I'm like, man, fuck that dude. I'm going out there anyway, bro. Like, and so I drove out again another time. And then once I got there, I'm like, yeah, I'm not doing this. And so I eventually, like a couple months later, I drove out and I'm like, I'm not leaving this place until I find somebody that knows the real owner, so I can get permission to do this shit.
Yeah.
So I like walked across the street and there's a little cement place over there, and I'm like, dude, what do I have to do to figure out like how to get in here? And he's just like, what do you mean figure out? I'll take you. Like, and so the guy that's in the video that you see a little bit, that's him. That was just like, fuck it, bro, come on, let's go.
Oh,
and you go out there, you do see bullets and shotgun shells. Like, you'll read little comments on other videos about Byron, and it'll be like, oh, the farmer across the way will shoot at you, and blah, blah. That is real. He's not playing out there. But, yeah, that place's cool. I like old history. That's why I like doing the mining shit, you know? You get to learn about what health shit was. Like, you know, and all of this stuff out here, especially on the West Coast, somehow ties back into, like, mining and shit, you know? So if you know more about what you're talking about, I feel like, again, putting yourself in their shoes, you're going to get more of a reaction than just winging it, kind of.
Yeah, you should make it like, I think I told you before, make it like a paranormal mining thing. You never know. You might catch them when you're mining.
Yeah.
Like, that'd be cool. Yeah, because you're already doing something that you love doing now, but just throwing some paranormal into it.
Well, there's a bunch of different, without getting too much into it, World War II came around, 𝗟𝗏𝗃 became a law, and they shut down any, like, precious metal mining that wasn't, basically, they couldn't, if they weren't using any of that material for, like, winning the war, They didn't want you mining it. They wanted you to go mine another mine so that way they could just win this fucking war, get it over with, like that kind of shit. And so when that happened, a lot of mines out here closed down, and a lot of people, they'll like try to hide their mine or, you know, any of that kind of stuff. So there's tons of stuff out here that you could go claim yourself and then reopen. And so that's one of the things that I do want to do is like reopen an old gold mine out here in the middle of nowhere. That's kind of like a ghost town kind of, I don't know if you've heard of it, Ghost Town Living. You ever heard of that channel?
No.
No, there's a guy that he's refurbishing an old ghost town down in Southern California, and like turning it into like kind of an attraction. And so the Sutro Tunnel, or not Sutro Tunnel, the Collar Mine out here in Virginia City did that. And so I want to do it just for fun, but I feel like it would be cool to like kind of document like redoing that stuff, and I feel like that would be a good opportunity to do that.
For sure, yeah.
You know, spend some time, you know, just showing the mining and all that stuff for my other channel, and then also like spending time like like I said, if you put yourself in the position of these people and like try to talk to them about the things that they would talk to about. Like the other day when I went to the washer club, I brought that gold. And I didn't kind of pay attention to it at the time because I was on live, but the 𝗷𝗚𝗃 said river drift. And I think the thing was asking me, did you get that from the river or did you get that from a drift?
Yeah.
You know, and so I think that's really the key to like really getting the most activity is like, you know, putting yourself in that position and, you know, moving forward with that in mind, kind of.
I wonder if you like when you're sifting through your stuff and you have your 𝗷𝗚𝗃, if something will come through, like maybe a miner's like watching you. You know what I mean? It tells you anything.
Oh, they do. They absolutely do.
Or come over here, go to the right. You know what I mean?
You guys are gonna think I'm crazy, but when I go to the river, I'll be listening to my little gold mining music to kind of hype myself up or whatever, and then I'll go, spirits, you coming with me today? Oh, yeah, I'm already getting them. I will get the chills. I get them right here a lot, and then I'll get them on like the inside of my arm. Like
you got them right now?
They already kind of went away, but yeah,
like for that second, how you talking about it?
Huh?
You were talking about it, so you got like chills, like somebody came.
No, I'll ask if they're coming with me, and I'll be like, "You guys coming to the river today? We're gonna find some gold," and my whole backside will just light up. Like
that's crazy.
Wow. That's another thing too. All these people out here that are using all these electric devices and all this shit, don't learn to use your body first. Your body is the best instrument you will ever use by far.
Armando said the same thing, right? Is it? Yeah, I think that's
Yeah. Use your senses.
The more you acknowledge it and recognize it too, like the more you will figure it out.
Yeah, that's absolutely true. So, smoke too much weed. There's a town in the Bay Area. It's right next to Benicia. What the fuck is it called? It's a little tiny town, but there's a bar out there that's super fucking haunted.
That's why.
And I wasn't recording or anything. I was just sitting there talking to the lady that like runs the bar, and she's like, "You want to see something cool?" And I'm like, "Yeah." And this was like kind of when I was just first starting to like learn about paranormal stuff. She's like, "You see that fence right there by the hotel?" I'm like, "Yeah." And she's like, "Go up to it and just as you get closer, tell me when you start feeling something." And you get right to about the edge, and I explain it to everybody. You'll get this like when you take two magnets and try to force the opposite sides together. You start feeling that like all through your temple and like whatever. And like the closer you get to something that's there, you'll start feeling that like third eye opposite force kind of magnet thing going on. And that's the best way I can describe it. It's like you feel this like force that's opposite force that's trying to push you away, but as you get closer, it becomes stronger. And I feel like,
do you feel like you feel like you have any abilities?
I think everybody has abilities. It's just really how much you like want to pay attention to it. It's like going to the gym and working out a muscle. You could be some little scrawny dude like when you first start, but after you've done all your reps and everything of going to locations, and those are the reps, like you eventually start developing like whatever whatever people want to call it.
For sure.
Nice.
Because there's times where like this shit like. I'm trying to think of an example, but like there'll be times where after you go to these places and you hang out with spirits and like for me the mining and stuff, I'll be thinking about like how the river like is coming down, and like where's gonna be the low like pressure zones for where gold's dropping out, and like I'll just get these weird like you should dig there moments, and it's like
crazy, yeah.
You just kind of feel like after a while of doing this that like something you're not thinking it, something else is telling you, hey, I know better than you do. Dig here.
Yeah.
I mean, weird shit will happen with like even knowledge and shit, where like you'll all of a sudden just know something that you don't remember reading anywhere, seeing any type of video or anything. All of a sudden, it's just you know it. Like, it doesn't make sense, and it's the only explanation is that like there's some other worldly being or some other energy or something that's giving you the answers that you wouldn't have otherwise known.
I agree.
Hey, man, anybody that doesn't do this stuff, get out
there. Intuition. Yeah. Listen to your body.
Yeah. That's a big one.
For sure.
And in any aspect of life, if your body's telling you not to do it, don't do it.
Yep. Period. Yep. Yeah. Period.
Yeah. In any situation, bro.
All right. So do you coming up in an hour and a half, do you want to let people know where they can find your videos of either your paranormal or your gold mining stuff? But I think I love watching your gold stuff. That stuff is so interesting.
It's so much easier to make because you go out there and you just have fun and film it, and it's just like there's the video. Like didn't need to have any door slam or REM pods go off. Like That Life Paranormal is where all the ghost stuff is, and that prospector's life is the gold.
Okay. Yeah.
And I've been doing it from scratch with that one. So everything that I'm learning with the gold and stuff, I'm trying to, let other people know as I learn. So that way, if you want to follow along and, learn with me.
It's a lot of fun.
I might say some stupid shit that's not true because that's what I think at the time, and then I learn something else, and then I'll correct myself. But, at least we're learning, man. We're trying to come up in life here.
Yeah, it's cool to watch. I like watching it. I enjoy it.
Yeah.
What about your Instagram? Do you want to link your Instagram?
All three of them. I got for merch That Life. What is it? That Life Supply. It's all the same. That Life Paranormal for Instagram and That Prospector's Life for gold.
Right.
I'm not too creative. It's just That Life something.
I like the same name. I change my name all the fucking time, and Jen has to tell me what it is because I can't remember.
No, that's an issue.
She's her assistant.
Dude, if it wasn't for her, this probably show would not. People wouldn't even tune in because I would never advertise it. I'm telling you.
Well, I got a couple of the people that helped me with the merch. I had them shouted out too today, so hopefully we got some more people from different states and whatnot.
Thank you. But yeah, I want to thank you for joining us. You've been awesome to talk to. Fucking hilarious. You were cracking me up, Cotton Man.
I like having fun, man. People take life too seriously, man. So just get out there, go make some stupid content, and hopefully we don't mind it, man.
Yeah, definitely. I got it right. I love it.
One last thing, Jack, before we let you go.
Oh, sorry.
One last thing before we let you go, because I don't know why I didn't remember to ask you this. So, Washoe Club, the first time you were there, you had an amazing disembodied voice. It was a woman that she was screaming for help. She said, "Help me." I wanted to know what is the most memorable disembodied voice that you've ever heard, either if you captured it on film or you just heard it and didn't get to capture it. What was that experience?
That's a good
question. There's two of them. The first time that we were at the Washoe Club in Scotty's room, we're sitting there going, "Hey, we're sorry that the tragedy happened to your son. Like, we feel for you." Whatever the hell we said, something along those lines. And you hear on the EVP recorder, whatever, him going, "Thank you." Like you hear it say that. And then again at the Diloy, that place is just fucking nuts, man. If you haven't gone there, just go. Like, it's so worth it. The guy there, his name that owns it, his name's Clarence. So just call around and ask for Clarence, and eventually you'll get his number. He owns a shop in town, so if you actually go out to the town of Locke, L-O-C-K-E, it's I think that's what it is. somewhere around there. You'll find them. But that place, my ex went in there with the recorder, and she comes out and she plays it back, and you can hear somebody, like a little kid or somebody, thinking that she was her mama. You can hear some little kid go, "Mama," and then it doesn't make any sense. And then she comes out too, and she's like, Is there something going on next door, like upstairs or something? And we're like, no, that's like another museum. There's nobody over there. And she's like, what? The whole time it sounded like people were doing dishes or having a party or something next door. Like, no, nothing. It was like a dark, rainy night with nothing going on. There was not a mouse could bark if it wasn't raining. You would have heard it. Like, it was quiet.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's crazy.
But yeah, those were the two cool ones that we got. I'm trying to think of the coolest. What was the coolest thing out of everything? I mean, you guys probably agree with me. It's just of the collection of all the things that you experience kind of add up to just like this overall knowledge that you kind of know like a little bit more than the average person, you know? And like no offense to anybody that hasn't done it, but like you've just been through it. You know,
it's exciting,
it's just more than exciting. It's definitely exciting, but for me, it's just like, you know that something else exists. And so now you can go live your life just happy and like just experience things. And whenever the time is time, you know that something else is going to be on the other side. And so whether that's heaven or hell, or you're walking the plains of, Earth, or something else is going to happen. So it's not just going to be this nothingness, which is what I was originally afraid of.
Yeah, it makes me feel good for when you lose loved ones too, knowing that communication might still be there somehow, some way,
Yep.
So that's why I do it.
That's something that I would like to go do, is go down to where my grandpa's buried and just bring my equipment and see if we could talk about just things that I know he would talk about, and just, see what happens.
Yeah. So
I tried to go to Mac Dre's grave one time. That was funny. That was a whole experience. There was some ghetto dude at the security that was like, "Yeah, I don't know about that, bro." And I'm like, "Well, what if I give you $20?" He's like, "Yeah, go ahead, go. You can do it." Yeah, it's cool.
That's what we need to do.
Sometimes they're weird. They're hit and miss. Sometimes hella shit happens. Sometimes nothing happens.
Yeah, that's what we need to do down at the Cecil. Hand a fucking security guard $20.
Yeah,
he doesn't want to go.
It works.
Yeah,
more times than not. You'd be surprised. I mean, if you watch the old Sam and Colby videos of them exploring places, they're like, "Yeah, we gotta give them a little $100 real quick." You know what I mean? Just like being funny about it, but like.
Yeah, but those motherfuckers make millions of dollars.
Not back in the day. They were just as broke as everybody else was, just trying to make content, and they just ran with it like everybody should. Just keep going. You'll make it eventually. Just consistency. Yeah. Don't put out dumb shit, and just keep going.
You like them? You watch them, by the way?
Sam and Colby, yeah, they're funny.
Yeah,
some of their stuff is kind of, but they do a good production for their videos, so it's like you learn about the locations. They're funny. It's not a bad way to kill an hour if you need to,
Yeah, they're just a little too much for me, but I watch them every once in a while.
Yeah.
As old as I am, I watch them. These little fucking kids.
They're just funny because they say all this like stupid, trendy shit that's going on in the world, and it's just like, you guys are too much.
I think they got a lot of followers too because they're cute. They're little cuties, Yeah.
That's your department. You can be the judge of that.
You don't think they're cute? No.
I'm a dude. I'm not going to judge another dude. I'm sorry. We have a bunch of cowboys out here in Nevada. We don't play that way. Our bar door don't swing that way, sister.
Oh my god.
But no, they're a good channel. They're funny. I like 𝗚𝘂𝗀 Paranormal. They're cool.
They're good, yeah.
They're a little sus with some of the fucking evidence, but I just like overall production. It makes me want to step up my shit.
For sure. All right. Well, if you don't mind, stay behind when we log off, so that way we can take a picture before we head off. I know you.
Yeah, I got 6% battery, so we got enough.
No, we're gonna wrap it up right now. But I want to thank everybody for joining this episode on Spook Coast to Coast. You guys are awesome, always showing up. Do you guys? You said you want to say your link one more time where they can find you? That Life.
That Life
YouTube.
is live. That Life Paranormal. That Prospector's life.
Instagram.
On the same as IG as it is on YouTube.
Okay.
Like I said, I keep it simple.
That's right. Okay. And then Jenna Armando.
𝗵𝗡𝗃 Paranormal on IG, YouTube, TikTok.
Okay, and you can find us here on the screen name Joy and Joey or JJ.Paranormal. But with that being said, everybody have a happy Memorial Weekend.
Don't eat too much.
Go put your flags out. Go be a patriot.
Yes, right.
Thank you, veterans.
Thank you, veterans.
Do you have any vets in here? Thank you for your service.
Yeah, thank you guys. That was fun.
Yeah.
Oh, next Saturday, check out Black Smoke Paranormal, Haunted Angels, Cross the Line Paranormal. They have a video coming out next Saturday. Show them some love.
Oh, yeah. I definitely want to see that one. Yes. We'll be tuning in. All right, guys. Have a great rest of your weekend and have a great week coming up.
Sounds good. Peace out, everybody.
Bye.
See ya.